Welcome to Kansas City Stars Hockey and tonight's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity game between the Kansas City Stars and the Kansas City Knights. Good evening, everyone. My name is Plamondon. Well, it's a crisp, cold Friday night here in Kansas City, and frankly, it's not a whole lot warmer inside the Kansas City Ice Center as the Stars and Knights return to league play after both teams spent last weekend over in Louisville, Kentucky for a tournament. Fourth meeting of this year between these two teams, each team with a win, and there was a tie in there as well, so this game will decide the season series between these two teams, provided they don't tie this evening. Stars come into this game second place in the league standings, and the Knights right behind them, 3 points behind in third place. A couple roster notes for the Stars this evening. Josiah McCray is out of the lineup. He has an ankle sprain. Jackson Riggs still out, recovering from the broken collarbone. Caleb Weddlestedt is not here, and Will Perry will be dressing tonight as the backup goalie for the Stars, and Ashton Schimmel was ill this evening, so he will not play. And also Tyler Collis will be called up from the JV. He's played several games for the varsity team. He will be in the lineup for the Stars. And for the Knights, Henry Zwillingberg will not be playing this evening. He is recovering from tonsil surgery, so he will not be in the lineup. Should be a good, fun, physical game. These two teams played 2 weeks ago in Independence, the Stars getting the 5-1 win. So the Knights will be looking for some revenge here as they get ready for the opening face-off. And we'll have that along with the starting lineup in just a moment. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. Well, it looks like we're going to skip the starting lineups to get right to the opening face-off as the teams are, looks like they're lining up. We got a little ice repair over in front of the Knights bench. It'll be Tanner Brace in goal for the Stars, and in goal for the Knights, Trent Smith. Still working on the ice down in front of the bench there. One of the linesmen trying to smooth things out. They might have had a chunk of ice or something that could have caused a safety hazard for the players, so I want to make sure they get that taken care of. Stars will start tonight with the line of Jimmy Gorder, Truett Spiker, and Tyler Collis will be on that first line for the Stars, and it looks like it'll be Gunnar Smith starting at center for the Knights. He's one of the leading scorers. He, along with Evan Comey and Brody Cunningham, each have 16 points coming into this game. Looks like we got the ice settled down. On defense for the Stars, the two Brodies, Jensen and Hicks. And we're underway. Puck tied up in the circle, kicked into the Star zone. Hicks will take it off the board, try to get it to Gorder, intercepted by one of the Knights, carries it back in, had it poked away. That's Smith. Leaves it there, comes back to Smith. Smith with a shot, and that'll be gobbled up. Little mishap with the clock. Fortunately, only 18 seconds in, so an easy fix. Face off to the left of Brace. Back to the point. Sent down in the corner. Stars chip at it. Picked up there by number 6. He had it taken away. Nice stick lift, but the Knights come away with it. Smith behind the net. Brings it to the corner. Cycles it down low. Centering a jump right out in front. It was deflected off a stick. And picked up there by Gorder ahead to Spiker. Spiker will chip it in as the Stars will make a change. Collis on the forecheck. Grabbed there by the Knights. Cunningham's pass intercepted by Schutzler. Schutzler in, and he shot it wide. I think Smith might have got a piece of that. Schutzler stepped in front of the pass, went in all alone, but a nice, I'll give credit to save. I think he got a piece of it. And the first real good scoring opportunity goes to the Stars. Emily had it taken away in the corner. Centering pass by Larson, cleared out of the zone. Back to get it, almost misplayed. Ahead to Larson. Larson backhands it in. Emily flipped it ahead. Larson stepped in front of that. Comes back to the point. McGlynn along the board, sends it down low. Larson's centering pass was deflected away, and the Stars bring it out. Grant over to Schutzler. Schutzler will scale it in around the boards, comes behind the net. Larson chips it behind the goal. Centering attempt by the Stars, that was denied. Puck comes out to the point, and Emily will have to reset as he skates it back near his own blue line. Over to Reuter. Reuter plays it across, it went over a stick. Grant had it knocked away, picked up by Schutzler. Schutzler sends it in, and that'll be gloved by Smith. Stars are making a change, so we play on. Long pass across off a stick. Swan poked at it, tried to get it to Glendenning. Glendenning knocked one of the Knights down. That was Fortner. Fortner and Glendenning go into the boards. Stars come away with it. Hicks fanned on the pass, now gets it, plays it around board, tried to get it to Morton Romo, as he's now called. Sends it in deep. Off the boards, off the stick of Fortner. Larson had it, tried to get it back to Fortner. Fortner chips it ahead, but Glendenning stepped in front of it. He'll send it toward the net. Pad save, rebound to the board. Swan back behind the net. Puck comes up near side. Tillery pinching in to keep it in. Puck squirts up near the point. Glendenning there for the Stars. A couple of Knights. Knights come away with it. McGlynn gets it ahead to Larson. Larson, they've got a 3-on-1. Larson with a shot and a save made by Brace. Larson gets it back, tried to center it, hit the side of the net. Stars not able to clear it. Kept in by Comey at the point. Battle for the puck along the boards. Glendenning in there for the Stars. Comes out from the top of the circle. A shot that's sent wide. Along the boards, Larson battle for it. Comey sends it to the far side corner. Cunningham will get there for the Knights. Played it along and hit a star, but right to the stick of Larson off a skate, and then reflected ahead. Here's Tillery. Tillery will chip it in. Back around behind the net, Cunningham and Tillery. Tillery falls down. One of the Knights fell down. The puck is underneath them, still loose. Now it's played ahead. Kept in the zone momentarily by Spiker, but the Knights get it out, and the Stars will reset. Jensen off the stick of, who's that, Boucher. Puck to the corner. Cunningham sends it around. Collis stepped in front of that. Comes off a stick of Dunlop. And now played ahead by the Knights, trying to get it ahead to, who's that, number 71, Purcell. Puck deflects to the corner. Dunlop plays it back at the top of the circle. Comey cycles it back, plays it up to the point. Kept in by Cunningham, but Spiker gets it out of the board. Spiker had it knocked off his stick by Cunningham. Now the puck comes over to Gorder. He couldn't play it. And brought back in by Purcell. I think that's Purcell, 71. No, it's Chase Neal. Never mind, my mistake. Comey with it, circles inside his own zone. Now carries it through center into the Star zone. Lost the puck. Emily tried to clear on the stick of Spiker. Backhanded out, but brought right back in. Down in the corner. Played back to the point, intercepted by Spiker. Spiker plays it across the ice, gets it over to Collis. Collis into the zone. Stars making a change, so not much help there. Collis threw it right through it, hit the pad. Now here's the tough angle shot that goes behind the net. Emily had it pop off the stick. The puck comes out of the zone. A couple players go into the board. Sanders is there for the Knights. Pass too far, and Reuter will get it there as Collis was trying to make a change, and they nearly collided in front of the Stars bench. Off the boards up to Schutzler. Schutzler. The stick handled it across the blue line, too far for Grant. Goings with it in his own zone, flips it ahead. Pass off the stick. Reuter plays it off the boards for Schutzler. Schutzler had it knocked off his stick, but it's going to go over to Brody Hicks. Brody Hicks plays it off the boards. There's a race for it. McGlynn and Sanders for the Stars, but the puck will cross the goal line, and that'll be a icing call against the Stars. That'll bring the face-off back in the Stars' end to the left of the goal. 9:21 to play, opening period. I want to thank all of you who are watching us live on the Kansas City Stars YouTube channel, or if you're watching the replay, thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this evening's game. Off the face-off, Grant stepped in front of it, but is kept in the zone by the Knights. Hicks and Larson into the boards, cycled up the boards. Grabbed there by, I think that's Cunningham. Here's a shot deflected and into the glove of Tanner Brace. Good scoring opportunity for the Knights there, but Brace able to see it all the way into the glove. Face-off will remain in the Stars' end to the left of the goal. Larson and Swan facing off against each other. Goins from the corner, 6 save, puck came right out in front but cleared away by the Stars. Morton had it, taken away. Cunningham will bring it back in, sends it around the boards up the near side. Larson had to bounce off his stick. Morton with it, cross ice pass. Glendenning will take it off the boards, chips it ahead. He and Goins chase after it. Glendenning gets there first. Goins able to take it away, but the puck will be held in at the point by Hicks. Off the boards and off the stick of Swan. Comes out of the zone. Grabbed there by Hicks, he'll send it in. Puck goes far side corner. Glendenning plays it around behind the net. Knights pick it up there, pass up to Cunningham. Cunningham leaves it for Larson up the left wing side. Larson into the zone, had it knocked off his stick. The puck loose behind the net. Fortner gets there first. Centering pass at the side of the net, came right out in front, but the Stars able to clear it out of danger and get it out of the zone. Sent back in. This will be played to the corner by Brace. Knights were scrambling to get offside as it was sent back in. Glendenning along the boards gets tied up there, able to chip it ahead out of the zone. Good play by Swan to get it out. Has Gorder cutting toward the net, but loses his edge. Centered right through in front by the Knights. Gorder was there, but the puck ended up behind him. Tillery intercepted the puck outside the zone and then brings it in inadvertently while the Stars were still in the zone, so we'll have an offsides and a face-off outside the Knight zone. Nearing the midway point of this first period. Puck tied up the circle, comes back along the red line. It's Sanders with it, knocked off his stick. Sanders and Emily into the corner. Puck ends up underneath the bodies there. I think it's underneath Sanders. Now it's dug out of the pile. Comes right out in front. Reuter clears it away. The puck deflected off a skate. Kept in at the point by Comey. He sent it toward the net, deflected wide. Backhander by Fortner hit the side of the net. I'm sorry, that was number 16, not Fortner. Over to number 16. He sends one there, but a good play by Reuter to tie up his stick as he tried to get the shot off. Stars not able to clear it. Now they will. Out to center. Sanders faces back after it and plays it across. The Knights in their all-black jerseys, and they have numbers that are black with just the white trim, sometimes very, very difficult to see. Number 16 had it in there. That's Banks. Banks, one of their leading scorers. Here's Collis, had it poked off the stick, but Reuter will pick it up for the Stars. Reuter into the zone. Drop pass for Corner, got the shot off along the ice, but a pad save by Smith. Nice drop pass and a good scoring attempt. Good play by Collis on the forecheck, forces a turnover. Gorder had it, but his pass was behind. Tillery keeps it in the zone, but then had it taken away. Here's Sanders with it. Sanders' pass was off a skate. It comes back to Sanders, and he'll circle back inside his own zone. Now played across. McGlynn over to, can't see the number there, gets taken into the boards by Hicks. Centering pass off the stick of Tillery, and the puck comes all the way back to center. Matthew Fortner with it. Fortner plays it off the boards. That hit a stick. It comes back to Tillery along his own blue line, sends it in, deflects off the boards. Sanders had it, knocked away, grabbed there by Fortner. Fortner, good back check by Grant to knock the puck off the stick of Fortner behind the net. Tillery plays it up the boards, but Larson will step in front of it and had it taken away. Stars clear it out ahead to Schutzler. Schutzler up the left wing side. Schutzler with a shot and a save made by Smith behind the net. Centering attempt. Nobody there for the Stars, and back the other way come the Knights. That was Cunningham getting taken into the boards. Glendenning put a body on it on a Knight. Schutzler had it, couldn't control it. Sanders able to send it in. McGlynn will chase after it with Sanders on the forecheck. Sanders beat him to the puck, but then overskated it. McGlynn comes away with it, gets it ahead. Here's Sanders, carrying it into the Star zone, cutting it back towards center. Had it knocked off his stick, as really didn't have any help, but Banks sends it in along the ice. Loose puck in front, bounces around from the circle. A shot that was blocked by Emily. Comes back to Sanders. Sanders with a nice move, then had it poked off his stick. Back to the point, a shot along the ice. Save made, rebound was sent wide. Back to the point. Morton with the interception and banks it off the boards for Glendenning. Glendenning with Swan. Sends it in wide of the goal. The puck caroms up near side. Smith was back there for the Knights. Glendenning with a shot. And that'll be gloved and held by Trent Smith. Good back and forth action so far in the first 10 plus minutes of this game. But neither team able to get the puck past the opposite team's goalie. Off the face-off puck of the circle. Sent down low. Spiker comes away with it for the Stars. Tried to center it, had it knocked away. Back the other way come the Knights. A nice move by Comey up the right wing side. Comey gets sandwiched between a couple of Stars, and then Spiker lost an edge, goes hard into the board. Centering pass, Gorder was there. Tried to get it back to 273. Cunningham. The shot sent wide by Neal. Dunlop plays it back to the corner. Comey with it along the boards, along the blue line. The shot was deflected up in the air, glove down, then played ahead. Battle for the puck in the high slot area. Stars get it out. Reuter with it, had it taken away. Comey along his own blue line sends it back into the Stars end, where Jensen will carry it behind his own net with Dunlop on the forecheck. Get the puck up. Reuter had it poked away. Grabbed there by, let's see who that was, Neal. Boucher's in there. He gets knocked down by Jensen. And a big cheer from the Stars fans for that hit. Cunningham shot deflects to the corner. Reuter flips it ahead out of the zone and then sent back in offside, but the Stars get it and then hoist it up off the rafters, so we'll have a whistle and we'll see where they have the face-off. They may bring that into the Stars end, since the Stars were the ones that were responsible for the puck going out of play, and that's what they'll do. The face-off will be to the left of Tanner Brace. Off the face-off, grabbed there by Tillery. Tillery. Stars have a 3-on-2. Tillery into the zone up the left-hand side. Down in the corner, good play by Goings, but Schutzler was there for the Stars. Now it comes back along the board. Tillery sends it down low. Grant with it. Grant battling a couple of Knights, chipped ahead. Tillery not able to keep it in. Now played ahead. The Knights have a 2-on-1. Pass across, right out in front, a shot, and they score. It was Sanders, I believe, who took the pass that beat Tanner Brace to make it 1-0. Sanders gets the goal, his 5th of the year. With 2:24 to play in the opening period. Smith and Banks get the assist on the goal. Sent out of the zone, sent in, that'll be an icing call. Bring the face-off back into the Knights end to the left of the goal. And played around. It's going to be kept in by Tillery. Had a bounce off the stick. Threw it in the slot area. Here's Morton with it. Morton couldn't get the shot off. Had a couple Knights on him and had his stick tied up. Back the other way is Sanders. Sanders to the forehand, lifts one over the net and off the glass. Kept in by Banks, but the Stars will come away with it. Glendenning gets around one defender, but lost the puck. It's chipped back to the blue line and sent back to Tillery, the Stars captain. Will send it in, and we'll have a whistle for an icing. Out of the zone as Cunningham will have to pick it up near his own blue line. Circle it around, now plays it ahead for Fortner. Fortner will bank it off the boards and in behind the net. Emily plays it ahead. Kept in the point by Cunningham, sends it toward the net. Paddle to the corner by Brace. Bounces over the stick of Spiker. A shot that deflects into the slot area and be kept in by Cunningham. Sends it around the boards, and the puck ends up over the glass and into the mesh. It looks like it's kind of stuck up there. A minute 13 to play, opening period. Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity game between the Stars and the Knights on a frigid Friday night in Kansas City. Puck tied up the circle. This ends up underneath one of the Knights and still soccered around. Look, it was kind of ping-ponging amongst the skates there and played back into the Knights' end where the Cunningham has it. Minute to play in the period. Cunningham sends it in as he takes a hit by Collis. Played up the boards for Spiker. He backhanded it, kept in momentarily. Now the puck comes out of the zone. Sanders has it, waiting for his team to get back on side. Carries it into the zone. Sanders with a move, had it knocked off the stick. The puck to the corner. Sanders fanned on the centering attempt. Now plays it behind the net. Smith with it. Smith to the forehand, still with it. Had it knocked away. Reuter was there. The Stars able to get it. Well, good play by Comey with an active stick, keeping in momentarily, but the Stars did get it out. It's sent right back in. We're down to 15 seconds to play in the period. Hollis not able to clear it. The puck still inside the zone. Gorder picks it up there, had it knocked away. Brought back in on side by Comey. Comey had it poked away and backhanded down the ice as the seconds tick off the clock. And the buzzer sounds ending the first period of play. And our score at the end of one period is the Kansas City Knights 1, the Kansas City Stars nothing. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the second period. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. Team's getting set to start the second period. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action. Kansas City Knights and the Kansas City Stars. Only goal of that first period scored by Kingston Sanders, his fifth of the year, with 2:24 to play, assisted by Gunnar Smith and Hoyt Banks. So the Knights have the 1-0 lead. No penalties in that first period, and the teams will start at full strength. Shots on goal, 6 for the Knights and 5 for the Stars. At the face-off it. Head to head, here's a steal, but the Stars come away with it. Schutzler tried to poke it ahead, hit a skate. Brought back in on side by Smith. Smith to the forehand with a shot, and it's deflected wide. Kept in by Goins, sends it down to hit a stick down in the corner. A couple players going to the boards. Knights cycle it down low. Puck to the corner, it's Smith. Try to center it, and picked up there by Oliver Sanders, who flips it out of the zone. Heading along the boards, settled down by Sanders. He gets bumped by Oliver Sanders. The two Sanders going into the boards right in front of the Stars bench. Off the board, sent back in. Goins. Pass hit the skate of Schutzler. Left it there for Grant. Puck gets soccered down to the corner. A couple players go after it. Can't see who the Knight is. It was Sanders for the Stars. Now played around the boards for Banks. Had it taken away. Here shoots over the backhand. Was off the glove of Smith. And the Knights come away with it. Sanders up the left wing side. Had it poked off the stick. Got it back. Then poked away again. Takes a hit. Here come the Stars with a lot of open ice. Stars have a 3-on-1. Now it's a 3-on-2. Played across with a nice defensive play by the Knights. The puck played to the corner. Grant chipping at it. But Cunningham comes away with it. His pass at a skate, and Sanders will backhand it in as the Stars will make a change. Cunningham down in the corner, plays it up the boards off a stick. Sanders able to get it ahead. Now play it ahead to Dunlop. Dunlop carries it wide to the right wing side. Dunlop with a shot, sent it right through the goal crease. One of the Knights was chasing, but he couldn't catch up to it. The puck along the boards. Morton in there for the Stars. I see Goins in there. Let's see who else is in there. Now the Stars come away with it. Up ahead to Glendenning up the left wing side. Glendenning waiting for a shot. Wrister, and that'll be gloved and held by Smith. Face-off will be to the right of the Knights' goal. Good shot by Glendenning, but Smith saw that all the way. Reuter's stick broke as he tried to send it toward the net, and the puck ends up back in the Stars' end. Fortunately, it didn't result in an odd man rush the other way. Sent around the boards. Reuter able to get to the bench as he'll look for another twig. Cunningham with it behind the net. There's the blade right there, and that affected the play. Batted around, picked up by Swan, who plays it back down to the corner. Comey faked the shot, now decides to stick handle. It had it intercepted by Swan back to the point. Tillery sends it down low. Cunningham will pick it up there for the Knights along the boards and out of the zone. Swan back to get it for the Stars. Swan behind the net. Forced out, will carry it ahead. Backhand pass across, intercepted by Comey. Comey into the zone. A nice poke check by Emily. Comey trying to cut it toward the center of the ice, and there was a lot of room there, but a good poke check, and another nice poke check by the Stars. And here they come back the other way. Glendenning with Gorder. Glendenning's shot was deflected. Cunningham got in front of that, deflected it to the corner. It's going to be held in by Tillery along the boards. Sends it around behind the net. Cunningham picks it up for the Knights and plays it around the boards. Played by Tillery. Loose puck along the way. Now poked out of the zone by Banks and sent around behind the net. The Stars still off sides, but the Knights will bring it out right along the blue line. Pass too far for Banks. Tillery will chase after it behind the net with Banks on the forecheck. Tillery gets harassed there by Banks. His pass was off a stick, ends up back behind the net. Gorder has it. Gorder had it taken away, but some help there by one of his teammates, and stolen right out in front. A backhander. Puck loose out in front of the net. Now it squirts to the corner. A stick went flying. It's one of the Stars' stick, and now the Stars able to get it out of the zone. A great scoring opportunity there for the Knights, but a nice save by Tanner Brace. Ahead to Gunnar Smith off his stick. Back end to the center. Picked up there by Fortner. He tried to hold off and carrying into the zone as one of his teammates was in, but the puck crossed the line, and we'll have a whistle for the offsides. Face-off will be outside the Star zone. Fortner sends it into the Stars end of the corner. Jensen back to get it. Behind the net. Picked up there by the Knights. Loose puck. Good play by Grant to play it to the corner. Hicks there to help out. Fortner stepped in front of that. Threw it right out in front. Puck loose there. Grace tried to cover it up. It squirted loose. Comes out to the point. And now knocked away. A nice play by Grant. They'll chase after it. And the Stars are going to get called for an icing here. I thought that was deflected off a stick, but the linesman saw it otherwise. And we'll have the face-off back in the Stars' end left of Stars goalie Tanner Brace. Out the face-off, Hicks plays it ahead. Goins kept it in. Puck along the boards. Stars still not able to clear it. Comes to the slot area, sent toward the net. Hicks comes away with it off the boards. Schutzler tips it out of the zone. Knights play it right back in, but Schutzler intercepts it again. Plays it into the Knights zone. Clearing attempt kept in by Sanders momentarily, but now it comes out of the zone. Dunlop can't catch up to it. Jensen chips it ahead. Schutzler banks it off the boards down in the corner. Jensen is Schutzler and Sanders. Puck to the corner. Sanders plays it down low. We got a penalty coming up, and this is going to go. It's going to go against the Stars for interference. First power play of the game will go to the Knights. The time of the penalty, 5:18. Justin Schutzler for interference. So the Knights to the power play. First penalty of the game. Off the face-off is to the corner. Tillery scales it around the boards, but it's going to be not kept in. Comey had a bounce over his stick, and the puck goes the length of the ice. Behind the net. Banked off the boards. Smith tipped it ahead for Sanders, but the Stars will get it and send it back into the Knight zone. Cunningham plays it across. Pass comes back to Cunningham. He'll gather it up along the boards. Looking for a pass. Gets it to Comey, who carries it into the Stars zone. I think a shot that's awful boarded away by Brace, and the Stars able to fire it down. Smith behind the net. Border on the forecheck. Cunningham plays it behind the net over to Smith. Gunnar Smith carries it into the zone. Got right to the blue line. Apparently did not carry it in, and that drew his teammates off sides. We'll have the face-off outside the zone. I thought he had, well, I guess he had the puck on the blue line. You got to carry it all the way in before it's considered onside. So that's the reason the whistle blew. Off the face-off, the Stars get it, and they'll send it down. Off the boards, Cunningham will skate it behind the net. Brings it out as fast as he fans on it. Gets it back. Now plays it ahead to Sanders. Sanders trying to get around Collis. Still with the puck into the Stars zone. Cuts it to the front, but the Stars have it there. Kept in at the point by Comey. Comey had it poked away. A nice play by Grant. Pass ahead to Sanders. He overskates it, gets it back. Sanders will carry it in. The shot was deflected. It went in on goal, kind of knuckled in toward the net. And Brace had to make a save there. Along the board, Sanders doing a nice job. Oliver Sanders, that is, for the Stars. He sends it down, not to be confused with Kingston Sanders for the Knights. Boucher into the zone, sends it toward the net. Good play by Jensen to clear it out of danger. Clearing attempt, kept in the zone. Now the Stars get it out. Here's a race for the puck. Collis chasing after it. Collis with a couple of Knights. Comey puts Collis into the zone. Collis tried to center it. Loose puck is still right along the boards. Morton catches up to it. Morton sends it back toward the net, and Cunningham will pick it up there. Cunningham's pass was deflected off a stick. Morton has it. Morton plays it down as he gets sandwiched by a couple of Knights. Deflected away. The Stars intercept at center. Morton had it. Got over to, who's that? Swan. Around to Glendenning. Back to the point to Emily. Emily sends it down low for Glendenning. Glendenning to the backhand behind the net. Swan with it. Centering pass. Back to Emily from the point. The shot was blocked, and back to come the other Knights the other way. The penalty's over, so the Stars are back at full strength. Larson down the right wing side. Taken into the boards by Emily. Glendenning had it. Knocked away. Gets it back. And had it taken away again. Sent into the slot area. Here's a shot and a stick save. Spun toward the net by one of the Knights. Around behind the net, can't see the number. The numbers on their jersey are very difficult to see sometimes. Centering pass right through the goal crease. There was a couple Knights there, but they couldn't catch up to the puck. Smith, Bo Smith, not able to keep it in. And McGlynn back with it, plays it off the boards. Chipped ahead, intercepted by Swan momentarily, but then had it taken away by Dunlop. Dunlop spins it into the Stars zone, and the Stars will just hoist it down. And there's no icing on the play. Backhanded up the near side board. Good hustle by Hicks. Over to Gorder, who tried to center it, but taken away by number 32 for the Knights, and then played off the boards. Spiker sends it back behind the net. Along the boards, it's Goins and Gorder. And Gorder looks like he's shaken up. He's skating toward the bench. Looks like he might have injured his shoulder. Trying to get off the ice. Now he will. Back to the point. Tillery had it bounce off his stick. Sent back in. The Stars will have to get back on side. And the Knights will have an opportunity to break it out. Well played behind the net. It's going to be Schutzler getting there for the Stars. Schutzler avoids the check by Goins. Another Knight in there to help out. Schutzler and a couple of Knights. Spiker in there for the Stars. Had it been taken away. Came right out in front. Richter plays it ahead for the Knights and sent right back in by Brody Hicks. 5 minutes to play, second period. Off the stick of Spiker. Richter took a hit. Booster up the boards. He avoids a check by Tillery. Puck down in the corner. Played ahead to Spiker. Spiker will backhand it out of the zone. It bounced over a couple of Knights. Now along the boards. Good hustle by Collis to chip it in. And the Knights get back on defense. Played behind the net. Then overskated. Intercepted by Schutzler. Got it over. Here's a chance. We got a penalty coming up. And this is going to go against the Knights. As one of the Stars got hauled down, we're going to have a tripping call against the Knights with 4:25 to play. It's going to be Point Banks, 2 minutes for tripping, time of the penalty. 10:35 of the second period, and the Stars will go on the Fireball power play for the first time in this game. All Kansas City Stars. Power play is brought to you by Fireball, the preferred cinnamon whiskey for all Kansas City Stars. High school hockey parents out the face-off. Here's a chance the other way for Comey. Comey in all alone, and a great save by Brace. He got just enough of it to deflect it wide. Comey gets it back, skates it all the way back into his own end, and had it taken away. Comey trying to kill some penalty, and now we're going to have a penalty up to the Stars here as Comey got upended, and that's going to nullify the power play with 3:58 to play. So we're going to skate 4-on-4. It'll be Weston Glendenning going in the box, 2 minutes for tripping at the 11:02 mark of the second period. We'll go 4-on-4 for 1:36, and then the Knights will have a brief power play, barring any other penalties. Off the face-off, it comes to the corner. Cunningham skates it across, pass over to Smith. Smith from the top of the circle sends it toward the net, and that's swallowed up by Tanner Brace. Reuter sends up the board. It's going to be kept in by Cunningham at the right point. He banks it off the boards. Smith had it. Smith still with it. Smith behind the net with Reuter on defense. Smith plays it back to the point. Comey skates it down, sends it toward the net. And the save made and held by Brace. plays it off the board, kept in by Cunningham over to Comey at the top of the right circle. He'll send it toward the net. Blocker save. Kept in by Cunningham. Skates it along the blue line, still with it. Sends it toward the net, looking for a deflection. Gets the rebound right out in front. Puck ends up at the side of the net. Brace made a nice save. It's still loose out in front. And now we got the whistle as the puck looks like it's underneath Brace. There was a nice save in there by Brace. I lost track of the puck. But Brace doing a good job of keeping the puck out of the net. Still 43 seconds of 4-on-4. And then the Knights will go on a 24-second power play when the penalty to Banks expires. Behind the net, now played to the corner. They're looking for a pass, lost it. Picked up by one of the other Knights, couldn't see who that was. Sent up the boards. Played across, intercepted by Collis. Collis banks it off the board, tried to get it to Grant. The puck went too far. Back at the point, Grant knocks it down. Grant carries it into the zone. He gets hauled down. Now we got another penalty coming up. This is going to go against the Knights. We're going to have a hooking call with 2:37 to play. This is going to be on Colton Goins. So now we're going to have 16 seconds of 4-on-3. And then we'll go 4-on-4 again for a while. And the Stars may end up with another short 5-on-4. Spiker with it. Spiker cuts it to the net. Spiker right out in front. Tried to get it in short side, but a nice save by Smith. And sent the length of the ice by the Knights. Now the first penalty to the Knights is over, so we're now back to 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds. Left behind the net, off the stick of Spiker. Dunlop Stewart right out in front. Here's a chance and a shot. Save made. Puck still out in front, cleared away by the Stars, sent back toward the net. Wide of the goal. A great scoring opportunity by the Knights, and another Star got hauled down, but no call that time. Now the penalty's over. The Stars back on the power play. Sent back to the point. It's a 5-on-4 power play. Centering pass. Good play by Cunningham to deny that. Cunningham had it knocked away, but regains possession, sends it around the boards. Kept in by Jensen. Jensen to Gorder. Hicks. Left point. Down low to Spiker. Spiker had it roll off his stick. Clearing attempts kept in by Hicks. Hicks will play it across to Jensen. Fan down the shot. And back the other way. Here's a chance for one of the Knights, but not able to control it. Dunlop comes away with it. Dunlop to the backhand, threw it right through the goal crease. Off the boards, and the Stars come back. Here's Grant with it. Grant sends it in around behind the net. Gorder will get it there with Comey. Comey puts the body on Gorder, but Gorder able to get it ahead to Hicks. A minute to play in the period. 20 seconds left on the Stars power play as Comey will carry it out of the zone and then send it in deep. Ahead, here's Hicks with it, off his stick. Comey tried to fire it down, fanned on it. Sanders has it. Sanders down low for Swan. Played it across. Now the puck comes out of the zone. Sent back in by Reuter. The penalties are over, so the team's back at 5-on-5. After all those penalties, we're finally back to full strength for both teams. Off the boards, final seconds here in the second period. Bo Smith with it. Had it, lost it, got it back. Puck loose from the slider. Here's a chance and a shot wide by the Knights from inside the, very close to the net. Sent across by Neal, played into the zone. We got a whistle as the play was brought in offside with 2 2/10 seconds to play in the period. Off the face-off is sent back into the Knights end as the buzzer sounds, ending the period. And our score, at the end of 2 periods of play, it's the Kansas City Knights 1, the Kansas City Stars nothing. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the 3rd period. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. Teams returning to the ice. We're getting set to start the 3rd period. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action between the Kansas City Stars and the Kansas City Knights. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Clarkson Construction, a Midwest leader in delivering innovative solutions for some of the region's largest infrastructure projects. By Global Earthworks and Underground, more than 12 years of mission-critical experience providing expert site utilities, mass excavation, and paving services. And by Crown Realty, family-owned and operated since 1973, the oldest and largest independent real estate firm in the area. We want to thank our sponsors for their support of Kansas City Stars hockey. Well, the only goal in this game came in the 1st period, scored by Kingston Sanders, and that's been it. Just 1 goal. Shots on goal through 2 periods. The scoreboard has it at 13-6 in favor of the Knights. I have it at 17-9 in favor of the Knights, so I'm going to go with my count. Maybe I'm a little more generous than the scorekeeper. We don't have our regular scorekeeper here tonight, so but we'll see what they post on the website. Right now I'm going with 17-9. No carryover penalties. Both teams will start the 3rd period 5-on-5. Quarter, Collis and Spiker, the forwards to start this 3rd period. Same 3 that started the game. And back on defense, Karsten Reuter and Asher Emily. Off the face, off the Stars controller. Reuter plays it across for Spiker. Spiker had it bounce off his stick. Brought it into the zone, but a good poke check there. The puck came back to Sanders. Here's Smith with a shot. That's deflected wide of the goal. Down in the corner, Smith with it. Emily puts a body on him. Battle for the puck and poked away by Spiker. He and one of the Knights stand each other up. Stars not able to clear, kept in by Comey, who sends it back behind the net. Sanders gets there for the Knights. Banked off the boards. Picked up there by one of the Knights. He's taken into the boards by Hicks, or Gorder rather. Collis comes away with it. Gets it over to Spiker. Spiker flips it ahead, tried to get it to Gorder, who was behind the defender, but it was knocked down by one of the Knights. Comey played it ahead. That hit traffic. Gorder back to get it for the Stars. Banks it off the boards and into the Knights' end. Behind the net, Cunningham comes away with it for the Knights. Leaves it there for Comey. Comey will circle it. Now backhands it off the boards. Grabbed there by Sanders. Sanders will skate it back near his own blue line. Leaves it for McGlynn off the stick of Cunningham. Schuessler unable to send it in. Cunningham stepped in front of that. Puck still in the Knights, and now they bring it out. Up the left wing side is Sanders. A good back check by Grant. Sanders regains possession, threw it right out toward the front of the net, but Sanders was there for the Stars to intercept it, and he'll bring it back the other way. Had it knocked off his stick. Back of the blue line. Now the puck off a skate at center. Loose puck. Sanders and one of the Knights fell down. That was Sanders who lost an edge. Now played ahead to Sanders. He sends it back to McGlynn. His pass off a stick, kind of ping-ponged around and grabbed there by Hicks off the boards. Played back to the Stars line, and then over to Brody Jensen. Jensen will fire it in around the boards. Puck behind the net. Grant and Goins battle for it. The Knights come away with it. Pass ahead to Fortner. Fortner gets it up to, who's that? Smith, Bo Smith. Fortner in the slot ran into one of the Stars, banked off the glass. Morton overskated it. Fortner tried to send it in. That hit his own teammate and bounced back to center. Morton comes away with the Stars up the right wing side. Tried to cut it to the center of the ice. Got knocked down by Cunningham. Cunningham and Morton behind the net. The puck played ahead, and the Knights bring it out. Up the right wing side is Larson. He takes a big hit. Big hit there by Hicks. And Hicks, he's smarting a little bit that. He's going to go to the bench, kind of favoring his shoulder. The second time we've seen a Star go to the bench. with a sore shoulder. Gorder in the second period, but he's okay. He's back out on the ice. Cunningham comes away with it for the Knights. Around the boards for Comey, too far for him, kept in by Glendenning, tried to send it toward the net. Fortner stepped in front of that. Here's a shot by Glendenning and a pad save by Smith. Sent back in. They're going to whistle that for an icing against the Knights. That'll bring the face-off back into the Knights' end. Good shot on that last play by, I believe it was by Glendenning, but a nice pad save along the ice by Smith, who's been sharp tonight. Here's a shot off the face-off that Smith handles. Knights get it out of the zone. It's Reuter sending it right back in off of Tillery. Cunningham with it. Plays it ahead. It's poked there by Gorder. It comes back to Boucher. Boucher will send this one in back behind the net. The puck caroms off the back of the goal. Reuter will backhand it over to Tillery. Tillery, the Stars captain, off the boards. This will go down the ice, and we'll have an icing call against the Stars. Somehow my clock got off. Not sure if I forgot to start it or if the scorekeeper forgot to start it, but 11:35 to play in the game. Back to the point, Comey keeps it in. He'll send it toward the net. That's deflected wide. Right around the boards. Hollis cycles it back. Intercepted by Sanders. Sanders brings it right out in front, trying to backhand it. Paddle away. Here's another shot at the side of the net. A couple of nice saves by Brace. Now low to Smith. Smith had it, lost it, got it back. Tried to avoid a check by Jensen. Good play by Emily to step in front of the centering pass. Banked off the boards, kept in by Cunningham. Now lost it, and the Stars bring it back. Spiker will pick it up the right wing side. Stuart Spiker cutting to the front of the net, had it knocked away. Then he gets tied up, trying to get back to the puck. Knights come away with it. Referee doing a nice job to avoid the puck. Cunningham carries it into the zone, leaves it there for Sanders. We got a penalty coming up against the Stars as the shot is deflected up out of play, and the Knights are going to go back on the power play. Stuart Spiker going to the box for 2 minutes, a slashing call. Time of the penalty, 4:20. Knights back on the power play. Off the face-off, the puck comes out of the zone and back into the Knights' end as the pass went right to between the defensemen. Smith will leave it there, now played ahead. Comey lost it, or McGlynn rather, sent back in behind the net. Shoots on the forecheck, McGlynn with the puck. McGlynn will skate it through center, now played ahead. Tipped away, and then the Stars tried to clear it. That hit Grant is brought back in by the Stars, so no offside. Here's a shot, rebound right in front, but a nice play by Schutzler to knock it away. Schutzler then intercepts it. Back the other way, Stars have a 2-on-1. Schutzler into the zone, to the backhand, over a shot by Grant, and a great save by Smith as the Stars turned a 2-on-1. Off a rebound into a scoring opportunity, but a nice save by Trent Smith. Good play at both ends of the ice by Justin Schutzler. Good play on defense and then bringing the puck down and setting up the scoring opportunity. There's a long pass. It's intercepted by Jensen. Leaves it for Glendenning. Glendenning carries it back into the Knights' end. Shot that was blocked. Puck still loose in the slot area. Now picked up by the Knights. Comey will carry it through center and into the Stars' end. Comey, left wing side, drops it there for Sanders. Sanders had it knocked off his stick. It kept in the zone. Here's a shot and a save. Rebound came right on front. Now the puck loose. Banks was there, but he couldn't get the shot off. Now at the side of the net, centering pass, Comey had it roll off the side of his stick. Centering attempt, puck loose out in front. Glendenning gets there first to clear it out of danger. And able to get it out of the zone. Glendenning comes away with it, trying to control it. Being checked there by Cunningham. Sends it across the ice, and the Knights will regain possession with 25 left on the power play. Into the zone, Banks up the left wing side, try to cut it across, leaves it for Smith. Smith for Sanders at the high point. Sanders with a nice move. Now plays it across to one of his teammates, back to the point to Cunningham. He'll send it toward the net, and the save made by Brace, and he'll cover up the rebound. 8:50 to play in the game. 10 seconds left on the penalty to Truett Spiker. Off the face-off, it's back to the point. Cunningham couldn't keep it in the zone, has to retreat. Almost lost it there with Swan on the forecheck. Now gets it over to Comey. Comey reaches back for it. His pass was off the stick of Grant. Penalty's over. Stars back at full strength, but the Knights control it. A good play by the Stars to poke it away. Tillery with it behind the net. Banks it high off the glass. Tried to get it to Morton. Too far for him, but Tillery catches up to his own pass and overskates it. Puck along the boards. Banks there for the Knights. Tillery comes away with it. Avoids the check and able to send it in. Now the puck played across the boards. Cunningham sends it around for Comey. Too far for him, but Banks will pick it up there and flip it out of the zone. Morton there for the Stars. Sends it right back into the Knights' end. They quickly get it back out. A good play by Swan to get the puck back for the Stars, and Tillery will get it ahead to Morton. Too far for him, and Comey back behind the net with Morton on the forecheck. Good play, job by Morton to take Comey into the boards. But the Knights still able to get it out, and this will go the length of the ice, and that should be an icing, and it is. Face-off back in the Knights' end to the left of the goal. Nearing the midway point of the third period. Stars looking for the equalizer here, as they have yet to find a way to get the puck past Trent Smith. That's a face-off. Knights control it. And Glynn behind the net. He'll backhand it down the ice. It's going to go in on net, so Brace will have to play it. Brace chipped it ahead, off a stick. That nearly turned into an opportunity. Now here's Boucher with it. Boucher played it back, but nobody there for the Knights, and Spiker clearing attempt was sent right back in by the Knights. Not sure it actually got out of the zone. Now the Stars get it out, pass ahead to Spiker. Spiker carries it in. He's got Collis cutting toward the net. Spiker. Collis fell down in front of the net. Right on front, here's a chance for Gorder, and the puck pops up over the net. Along the boards and cleared out of the zone by Neal. Back to get it is Jensen. He races it behind his own net, now plays it ahead. Nice play by Gorder to lift Boucher's stick. And the puck will end up back at the side of the Knights goal. Good play by Spiker to poke it away. Spiker had it, lost it, then knocked away, picked up by the Knights. Back they come. A good play by Tillery at center. Puck comes back to the Knights. Oh, big hit there. Not sure who that was. It was Neal and one of the Stars. Looked like it was Jensen. As they collided in open ice. Both teams making changes. A lot of room right now for the Knights. Well, the Knights had their stick knocked out of their hand. Grant has it. He sends it in deep. Puck down in the corner. Played ahead. Tillery keeps it there. Gives it over to Schutzler. Schutzler couldn't control it. Tillery got it back. Chipped it to the corner. A couple players fall down. Comey chipped it ahead. Now Larson with it. Up the right wing side. Had to avoid the linesman. Tillery plays it back out. The same linesman had to jump out of the way of the puck again. Back into the Knights end. Behind the net now up the boards is Cunningham. Kept in by Tillery. He takes a hit. And back the other way come the Knights. Here's a cross ice pass. It's going to be picked up off the boards by Fortner. He'll send it in around behind the net. Reuter and Cunningham there. The Stars come away with it, but not able to clear it. Bouncing puck. Now the Stars get it. Here's Schutzler with it. 2-on-1 with Sanders. Schutzler over to Sanders. Sanders in. Sanders scores! Oliver Sanders took the pass from Schutzler. He beat Smith. He went where Grandma hides the cookies. Top shelf. Oliver Sanders. Number 3 on the year for Sanders. And that ties the game at 1 with 5:22 to play. Schutzler will get the assist. A beautiful pass from Schutzler over to Sanders. And he put it up underneath the crossbar. And off the faceoff, here's Smith right back in. Had it knocked away. A good play by Emily. Smith and Emily go in. Centering attempt is cleared away by the Stars. Poked away. Here's a chance for Banks. He gets stood up. A couple players knock each other down as things get a little chippy along the boards here. Now we got a penalty coming up. This is going to be against the Knights. Delay call. Brace heading to the bench as the Knights touch the puck. And the Stars are going to go back on the power play here with 4:51 to play in the game. Gunnar Smith goes to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 10:09 of the third period. The Stars will go on the fireball power play. It'll be their third power play opportunity of the game. Puck to the corner off the face-off, grabbed there by Grant. Behind the net, puts on the brakes, not bringing it, tries to stuff it in, he's gone! Grant got it to the rear side, and then stuffed it in. And the Stars have taken a 2-1 lead with 4:44 to play. They scored just 4 seconds into the power play. A nifty little move by Ben Grant. He took the puck behind the net, put the brakes on, brought it out to the stick side of Smith, and stuffed it in on the stick side. Number 9 on the year for Ben Grant. Off the face-off, the puck played into the Knights end. Now cleared up. Fortner had it there, lost it. Porter couldn't control it, picked up by the Knights. This is McGlynn off the left wing side. McGlynn. Oh, here's a bouncing puck. Loose out in front. Good job by Brace. Here's a shot that's right on. Puck that hit traffic out at the side of the net. Knights control it. McGlynn along the blue line. Plays it back down. It was intercept there. Fortner had it bounce off his skate and out of the zone. Sent back in by Goins. Knights will make it. I thought they were going to make a change. They're not. Puck ends up behind the net. We're under 4 minutes to play. It's off the board. Gorder had it off his stick. Gorder will send it down. And that'll be icing against the Stars. Stuart Spiker credited with an assist on the goal. Faceoff will be to the right of the Stars goal. A scary moment for the Stars just a moment ago. The puck is loose. Here's a shot! And I'm not sure how that did go. It looked like it went right through his legs, but ended up wide of the goal. And now the puck ends up in the mesh behind the net, and I have no idea how that didn't go in. It went right through the 5-hole. Maybe it was an optical illusion. It was to the left of him, but somehow it ended up wide. Face-off will stay in the Stars' end to the left of the goal. Off the face-off, Stars control it. Tillery sends it around. Puck takes a weird bounce. Tipped out of the zone by Schutzler. Back along the blue line. Cunningham has it off the boards. The referee's having to do a lot of dancing around to avoid the puck in this game. Back deep in the Knights' end. Cunningham with it. Cunningham pass ahead off the stick of Tillery. Smith up the left wing side. Into the zone, puts on the brakes to avoid the check, still with the puck to the back end. Now gets hit there by Tillery. Clearing attempts held in by Comey. Now over to Sanders. Sanders at the point will send it around behind the net. The puck comes up near side. Back to the point to Cunningham. Cunningham to Banks. Banks skates it into the slot area. Had it poked away. Good play by Grant. Ahead to Schutzler. Schutzler with Grant. Schutzler gets it over to Grant. Poked off his stick. And now one of the Knights goes sliding in toward the net. I'm not sure if he was knocked down to lost an edge or got tripped. Schutzler at his own blue line. Tried to get it to Sanders. Pass off the mark and banked off the boards. Knights will skate it back in. Boucher with a shot wide of the goal. Brace came out and paddled it off the glass. Going to be kept in. A good play by McGlynn to keep it in the zone, but the Stars do get it out. Now here's the chance for Gorder. Gorder trying to get around the defender, but a nice play by Comey to deny that. Comey with the puck in the corner. We're coming up on the 2-minute mark in the game. Comey with the puck at the face-off circle left of the goal. Now we're under 2 minutes. Comey still with the puck. Long pass ahead. Tried to get it to Dunlop, who was cherry picking, but the Stars intercept that. Spiker plays it back in for the Stars. Try to flip it toward the net, and that'll bounce into the glove of Smith, and he'll hang on with 1:48 to play. Well, we'll keep an eye on Trent Smith. And right now it looks like the Knights are going to take their timeout. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment with the final 1:48. You're watching Kansas City Stars high school hockey. Players coming out of the timeout. The face-off will be to the right of the Knights goal. 1:48 to play. The Stars have a 2-1 lead. They've scored 2 goals here in the third period. Goals by Oliver Sanders and Ben Grant. And we're going to keep an eye on Smith, because as soon as the Knights get the puck out of the zone, I'm sure he'll be headed to the bench for the extra attacker. Knights control the face-off. Behind the net is Cunningham. Lays it off the board. Try to get ahead to Sanders off his stick. Behind the net, Sanders chased it down. Smith to the net. The puck ends up at the side of the goal. And Brace has it in the pad with 1:37. So Smith is to the bench. We got an empty net at the other end. Knights will have the extra attacker on the ice as they try to get the tying goal here in the final 1:37 of this game. Off the face-off, Cunningham sends it toward the net. That's deflected wide. Brace might have got a piece of that. Puck along the boards, battling for it. Now it comes loose in the slot area. Now poked ahead. Here's a race for the puck. Grant chasing after it. Is he going to get there in time? No, it's going to cross the red line, the goal line, and that'll be an icing call. The face-off will come back in the Stars' end with 1:19 to play. Well, it was a good idea. Schutzler poked it ahead, but just had a little too much steam on it, and Grant wasn't able to catch up to it. Off the face-off along the boards. Ruder chips it out. Rolling toward the empty net. It's going to be well wide of the goal. And we'll have another icing call. This one with 1:12 to play. That's the one challenging thing. You can dump the puck to the length of the ice, but it's not a power play or a shorthanded situation, so if you send it from behind the red line, it will be an icing if it misses the empty net. Off the face-off, it's Cunningham at the point. His shot deflects to the corner. Cleared out by Jensen off a stick. Rolling toward the empty net. It's going to be wide, and Cunningham will have to play it there. We're down to a minute to play in the game. Here's a pass off the stick of Swan, rather, that deflects up in amongst the Knights fans. Let's see where they're going to have the face-off. Oh, they're going to keep it in the zone. That's a bit surprising since the Stars touched it last. It really should come outside the zone. And because it is in the zone, Trent Smith will have to come back in goal. 55 8/10 to play in the game. Off the face-off, Gorder sends it down low. Intercepted by the Knights. Played out of the zone. We're watching Smith here. Jensen sends it back in. The puck at the point. Now played over to Gorder. Gorder with a shot. And that handcuffed Smith. I'm not sure he saw to hit his shoulder and deflected up over the glass and out of play with 41 6/10 to play. Now Smith might have kind of got, I don't know if he got handcuffed on it, didn't see it very well, but took his helmet off, made a slight adjustment, put the mask back on. The face-off will be to his left. Off the face-off, the puck pops up high into the air. One of the Knights swatted at it. Swan keeps it in. Swan with a shot. Save made to the corner. Swan sends it down low. Now the Knights come back with it ahead. Here's a chance for Smith. Smith cutting to the front of the ice. Save made. The puck came right out in front. Smith back down. Great save. Now here's Spiker with an empty net. Spiker sends it wide of the goal. Now another chance for the Stars. Puck still loose. Spiker was there. He had it blocked. 10 seconds to play in the game. The Knights come away with it. Oh, just a moment ago, a great chance. Now here's Comey with it. Comey with a chance. Comey centered it right on front, poked away, and the Stars get it out of the zone just as the horn sounds, ending the game. And the Stars have hung on. The Stars have hung on and they win the game by a score of 2-1. Just a terrific hockey game between these two teams. The Stars will take the season series, winning 2, the Knights winning 1, and one game ending in a tie. Final score, Kansas City Stars 2, Kansas City Knights 1. The Stars will be back in action Sunday morning to face the Wichita Junior Thunder. And I'm going to caveat that by saying we assume that the game will be on. We'll see, because we do have some weather forecasted this weekend, which could make it difficult to travel. But as of right now, 9:10 a.m. Sunday morning, Stars and Thunder. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this evening's game. Once again, the final score, the Kansas City Stars 2, the Kansas City Knights 1. You've been watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey.